Ketchup. It's 1727. You're in England and you want some ketchup, or rather catch-up, as they spelled it back then. Your mutton slab needs some zing. Luckily, the first ketchup recipe in English has just come out. You crack open your new copy of E. Smith's The Complete Housewife. You turn the crinkly pages. You find the recipe despite the weird spelling. Then, ew, you scream. Anchovies? Cloves? Mushroom juice? Art thou kidding me? Even worse, you'll have to wait at least 100 years for ketchup to get good. But what can you expect? This condiment comes from a word that means the brine of pickled fish. Long ago, people in China were flavoring their foods with a sauce they called ketchup. The fishy stuff spread throughout Southeast Asia. British explorers brought it back to England in the late 1600s. Then English cooks said, "This sauce isn't gross enough. What can we do?" They added mushrooms and walnuts mostly. They used lots of salt, sugar, and wine to make sure the muddy stuff didn't spoil. Meanwhile, over in the United States, ketchup got even funkier. One person started adding tomatoes. These red veggies didn't seem like a half-bad ingredient for ketchup after that. In 1812, the first known tomato ketchup recipe hit the presses. Sure, it called for brandy instead of vinegar, but little by little, ketchup got tangier, sweeter, smoother, and redder. These days, you're practically a freak of nature if you don't eat ketchup.